Hey guys, TrueWoWStories here, and as you can see on the screen around you, today I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to talk a little bit about the PTR for 5.3, what some of the patch information is, and what it means for the World of Warcraft community at large. Softcore, hardcore, and casuals. Now, looking at the patch notes, I'm going to skip past all the class stuff. Mostly because it's not at the top. But once I get to it, I'll skip past it as well, because that's stuff for a whole other day. I'm just going to talk about stuff that affects everyone. Now, there's some new battlegrounds and new arenas. Those will probably make the PvPers happy. As far as arenas go, they're all relatively the same, but they all have their little bits of strengths and weaknesses, those little tiny differences that can mean the world to a team. So it'd be interesting to see how those people, those arena goers, deal with this new arena, the Tiger's Peak. Looks like just a mountaintop arena. The training grounds for the Shadow Pan, it says. There's looming tiger statues and fenced platforms. That sounds interesting. I'd like to know what those tiger statues are all about. Fenced platforms speaks for themselves. But I'm not much into arenas this expansion pack as of yet. Deepwind Gorge. Looks like another battling for control over the mines and protecting. It looks like another resource one with an extra mechanic in it, protecting the resources from being stolen and turned against them. Could be interesting. Some new scenarios have been added. The four new scenarios have been added to the PTR now. Battle on the High Seas, which sounds like really cool. It sounds like a naval battle. They did those really well in the newest Assassin's Creed, I have to say, but I don't think this will be anything like it. But it could also be pretty good. The Blood in the Snow. I'm sorry. I just had something in my eye. The Blood in the Snow, which is where Zandalari trolls infiltrate Dunmorrow and raid the Frostmane trolls. And the champions have to work with the Queen of Ironforge's personal guard to help stop them. I believe that's an alliance-only one, but through the magical art of Lore Master Cho, you're able to play Horde ones as well. Or if you're a Horde, you can play the Alliance ones as well. Personally, I play Alliance, if you saw my video yesterday. Dark Heart of Pandaria, right outside the shrines, in the Vale of Eternal Blossom. A whole bunch of goblin engineers have excavated a huge cave and called upon some ancient power or something, and you have to aid the war chief to help them, and then, that seems like a fun one. The Secrets of Ragefire, where you have to help the Gob Squad out. I love the Gob Squad. That was one thing I did like about playing Horde, was the Gob Squad. Heroic difficulty scenarios. These are interesting. A heroic scenario will give you valor points in addition, to the regular ones. However, you can't do both at the same day. You can do a heroic scenario or a normal scenario for valor in a day. You won't get the bonus valor for both. Now, heroic scenarios require a pre-made group to join, so you cannot get random people in. This is because they are, in theory, more challenging. However, regular scenarios were pretty much a cakewalk for anybody who knew anything about what they're doing. So, heroic scenarios, I want to see how much more challenging they can get. These new scenarios may be challenging. I haven't touched those yet. They also, in the heroic mode, they offer a bonus objective that will award additional valor if completed. That sounds interesting and fun. Bonus objectives? We haven't had bonus objectives in like anything yet. If they start adding this mechanic to more of the game, that is something I would really like. And the heroic scenarios, there's only 6 that will be available in 5.3 initially. 4 of them are the ones I just mentioned, the new scenarios. They're available in normal and heroic. And Crypt of Forgotten Kings and A Brewing Storm. Both of those are available on heroic mode as well. Crypt of Forgotten Kings, I believe that's the one that has all the lightning traps and fire traps and stuff in it. That's really fun. I have an interesting story if you'll let me divulge you real quick. If not, I'll skip a little bit ahead. But I was once running Crypt of Forgotten Kings on normal mode with 2 guildies of mine, one of which was a shaman. And I was on my death knight, and I decided to have some fun with them and try to kill them. I killed the druid, and I killed the shaman. The shaman onked and decided he would try to get me back and step on a lightning trap. But instead of getting me back, I popped anti-magic shell again, like every good death knight does when that lightning trap is about to hit them. And it killed him again. He killed himself. Oh my god. Right after I killed him by onking on that lightning trap. Alright, let's move on. Quest campaign, escalation. There's new stuff going on in the Barrens. There are quests that are, and those quests are going, this is not in the notes, but I read this elsewhere. Those quests, the quest chain, will reward you with item level 476 and 489 gear. Now, I don't think it's just going to give you a full set of that. That would be ridiculous. But I feel like it's going to fill in some gaps and pieces that are harder to get. Hopefully, it gives us a freaking shield. Because there are no shields that seem to drop out of Heart of Fear or Terrace. No shields. At all. It's crazy. No Holy Pally shields for sure. And I have to check, but I don't think there's any tanking shields either. When I say Holy Pally shields, yes, also Resto Shaman. But yeah, hopefully you get some shields out of there, because it's ridiculous to try to get those. But, of course, this stuff won't be tier. The questing starts with Lore Master Cho in the Seed of Knowledge and Veil of Eternal Blossoms for anyone looking to start that once 5-3 hits. Battlefield Barrens. That's what I think is really cool, and I think that's where some of this quest campaign will take place. You collect resource by killing a whole bunch of Korkron orcs and their supporters, and you can kill leaders to get more resources, and these resources and stuff, you can turn them in, and you'll help get some stuff. It says you get a latent Korkron armor, you'll be able to turn it into usable gear. I assume that's with resources. But what I'm interested in about that is, I remember reading that you can do that. The tier transmog, not even tier, the dungeon set transmog gear that you get at the Darkmoon Fair currently, dungeon sets 1 and 2, those, or dungeon set 2, will be available for transmog. You'll be able to get it through the Darkspear Rebellion faction with these resources and all that, which I think is interesting. Because, let's face it, farming up like 200 tickets per piece of gear would take you forever and a day to get that whole set. It's ridiculous. So thank you, Blizzard, for giving us another method to get that set. Plus, they did also add in a Monk set and a Death Knight set. The Death Knight set looks rather nice, in my opinion. A little bit unoriginal, but good idea. They took basically the Nax 10 set, the plate set, not even that, the Death Knight set that you have at level 58. They took that and put a little bit of a recolor on it, where now it's got some gold trim and it's a lighter shade of blue. Similar to the Holy Pally Nax 10 set, but even more gold and light. But not like sky blue. It's not Death Knight at all. The Monk one doesn't look very good. It looks rather plain, if I recall. Legendary quest continues. You still have to do all the previous quests. However, I do recall that they are changing the way the sigils drop, where the sigils will have an equal chance of dropping no matter which of the 3 raids you're in that drop sigils. So that's nice. And for a quest of valor, a test of valor, the quest where you need to get 6,000 valor will be reduced to 3,000. Now, I hope this kind of also works to the point where if somebody's at 4,000 when 5.3 hits, it'll just automatically complete it for them and have them go turn it in. I hope that's how it works. Anyway, the next step in the legendary quest will be to get a eye level 600 cloak. Now, in my opinion, the legendary stuff, this expansion's been a little bit of a cop-out, because before, Blizzard would give legendaries only to certain classes that could use certain items, or even just to one specific class, and now it's just everybody can have a legendary. And it's just kind of like, I wanted a new legendary weapon, Blizzard. But instead, we get legendary gems, and legendary helmet enchant, and a legendary cloak. I mean, I guess it's nice that they didn't decide, hey, we're going to give druids a legendary staff that turns them into a freaking, archdruid or something, and they're amazing or whatever. I mean, and everyone else feels left out. At least, everyone's included, but I mean, it doesn't feel very special. I'm going to wrap this up kind of quickly. Oh, the last thing on here would be the Brawlers Guild. There's some new stuff for the Brawlers Guild. New VIP areas for people who are above rank 8. 2 new tiers of Brawlers Guild. The floor is being moved up. Special challenge cards can be acquired from mobs or reward satchels, so you can unlock special bosses. And if you reach rank 9, you'll be able to get another invitation to the Brawlers Guild that you can trade, give to a friend, or, let's face it, Blizzard, sell on the auction house. And last but not least, experience needed to increase from level 85 to 90 has been reduced by 1/3. I like that very much. I still have 3 level 85s. Well, one's 86 now. All the same. Hope you found this informative. You watched it. I'm going to try to do some more of these for some of the other things. I may cut the class ones down into individual videos and post those separately. All the same, have a good day.